A lot of times we come to God to help us do our own will as against his plans for us. Proverbs 14:12 tells us that there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. What is the will of God for your life? Are you seeking God for his will to prevail in your life, or yours? You can't win. Let's look at this in a bit. How do you come to me to aid, finance, or support you in a thing I do not agree with? To enjoy God's help, you need to totally surrender your will and plans. For God to reveal himself to you, most times we need to be still. Psalms 46:10. Totally surrender. I mean totally. When Jesus was here, he said, my food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. When you totally surrender to God, you walk in answered prayers. A child does not need to beg the father to pay his or her school fees with all things being equal. The focus of your request to God must and should be centered on God's will. When we let God take anything off our hands, that gives us access to take anything off his own hands. You see that? When we are totally surrendered to God, we can be trusted by God, as seen with Abraham in Genesis 18:17. The Lord speaking says, shall I hide anything from my servant Abraham? For I know him. How do we come to the point where we are totally surrendered? 1, get to know God by spending time in his word. Here we build faith and take convincing steps, which will only lead to an outstanding life. 2, pray with an open heart as you talk to God about your struggles, weaknesses, with a decision and action steps to do better. There is grace to live above these weaknesses. When we validate and justify these weaknesses, they become a stronghold. Refuse to let anything hold you back from living the life that God has proposed for you.